I think one of the many reasons why it's so hard to date as a single mom, there are many reasons, but I feel like some men can be quite intimidated.
Hi, so I just got ghosted for the first time in my entire life, and I kind of want to talk about it.
Let's talk about women being too intimidating for men to approach. Because
Apparently, we got some mothers who believe that single men are intimidated by them. Not sure where this idea came from, but that's just ridiculous.
I think one of the many reasons why it's so hard to date as a single mom, there are many reasons, but I feel like some men can be quite intimidated by a woman that is doing it all herself. And I have help. I do. I have a small but very consistent support system. But for the most part, I do a lot of this shit on my own, and it's exhausting, but I get it done. I feel like some men are just intimidated by that. Some of the men that I've gone on dates with, which it has been a long time, but I feel like they want to be needed by me so badly. They want to be needed, and I don't need them for paying bills, for planning trips, I can do that if I want to. I want somebody to emotionally connect with. I want somebody that can listen to me vent and not be defensive. I want somebody that is vulnerable. I want somebody that we can form a deep connection together. And I just feel like most of the men that I've dated, they want to hold some power over me, whether or not they do it maliciously.
Let's address the first point. She mentioned that some men are intimidated by single mothers who can take care of themselves and doing it all alone. That statement is nonsense, simply because men do not care about that, whether you're taking care of yourself and doing it all. Men aren't sitting there thinking, wow, she pays her bills and raises her kid alone. I'm intimidated. That's not how men operate. And the second thing is that she's not taking accountability. She said that most of the men she's dated, she feels like they want power over her. If that's happening almost every time you go on a date with a guy, you're just choosing the same types. If all you want is emotional connection, there are plenty of guys who can fit that role. It starts with changing the type of guys you go after, because at some point, it's not all men, it's your pattern. If every single relationship ends the same way, with the same type of man, the same behavior, the same complaints, that means you're the common denominator in your own dating choices.
One of the major reasons why people aren't getting married is because a lot of men don't want to commit anymore. They're terrified of the thought of divorce proceedings and the financial implications of it. So you've got a whole vast group of men in the last 10 to 20 years who are saying, I don't need this commitment. I can just live with them.
Okay.
And that is why there is that change in the statistics. There's also a drop off a little bit of divorce statistics because, of course, if less people are getting married, less people are getting divorced.
Of course.
But the statistics of people living together are increasing.
let's talk about women being too intimidating for men to approach. Because in my last TikTok, I've seen so many comments of people saying that I'm too intimidating and that's why guys aren't approaching me in public. So I want to talk about it because I don't understand it. I know who I am as a woman. I know how I carry myself in public. I'm me. I smile. I laugh. I'm happy. I have warm energy. I'm not sitting in a corner mad. I don't have RBF. So I'm the type of person who will trip in front of you and then apologize to you for doing that. So I really just started wondering, is it really that we're intimidating, or do men just no longer know how to approach women who don't need validation? Because if being confident, peaceful, happy in your own lane is intimidating, I feel like that says more about them than it is about us. And if that's intimidating, then I guess I'll take it. But our job, we're not trying to make it convenient. We want genuine connections. And men kind of struggle with that these days. So I guess if you're looking for convenience, we'll be too intimidating. But don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Who can name that movie?
Some men may be intimidated to approach a woman, but that's only because of multiple women saying, don't approach them because they don't want to get in trouble, not because of the woman itself. Because back then, men were approaching women left and right, and there wasn't any don't approach movements going on. And that's the thing. It's not that men suddenly lost confidence or forgot how to socialize. It's that the rules completely changed. Today, the same approach that used to be considered charming or respectful can now be labeled as creepy, harassment, or unwanted attention. The idea of a man seeing a woman and get intimidated is just ridiculous. Because let's be real, men have approached women for thousands of years. It's literally in their nature. Men aren't suddenly scared of a pretty face. What they are scared of is the reaction, the judgment, the embarrassment. And nowadays, that environment is hostile.
I just need to know this is a common occurrence for guys, and if they all do this. So if you're a guy, please listen, because I just need to know. But what's the point in texting a girl saying, hey, what are you doing this weekend? And, going about the conversation, but then the second the girl asks to hang out or comes up with a plan for hanging out, you just ghost her. Or then you all of a sudden have a reason why you can't hang out. And it's like the same cycle every single time you text. It's like, I'm not texting you first, you're texting me first. So what's the point in texting me and wanting to talk with me if you just don't want to hang out?
Men think it's insulting by calling me a single mom and saying that it's a red flag that I'm a single mom. The only red flag that I see is that you don't like kids. I wouldn't even talk to you if you don't like kids. You were never even an option. I wouldn't want to breathe the same air as you. And you can't take it out on me that I'm a mom because you never had a girlfriend that wanted to carry your seed. Nobody ever wanted to carry your offspring. That sounds like a red flag to me. You're the walking red flag. Another thing, you don't even have a kid and you have a dad bod. Why do you have a dad bod but nothing to show for? That's a red flag. So it's not insulting to me that I'm a mommy. That's one of my best things about myself is that I'm a mom. It's who I am. It's made me a better person. So if you don't like that, you can walk yourself out. No shoes, no shirt, no service. I don't even want to talk to you. So it's not an insult. This is a safe place for single moms. And it just goes to show why I am so picky, because I need a man that likes kids. It's an ick if you don't like kids, in my opinion.
Well, she can throw as many insults as she wants. The reality remains unchanged. It is a red flag for some men when the woman they're dealing with has children. Some of these men want a fresh womb. They want to start their family from scratch. She mentioned that those men just don't like kids, which is false. They just don't want to deal with someone else's children. I think this is just projection. Some of these single mothers get rejected so much it hurts their soul, and they need to understand men have preferences too, just like women do. Because let's be honest, men choosing not to date single mothers isn't hatred, insecurity, or immaturity. It's simply preference. The same way women prefer tall men, financially stable men, ambitious men, or men without baggage. But somehow, when men have a preference, it becomes an insult. When women have one, it's standards. The difference is that men's preferences are based on reality, while some of these women's standards are based on alternate realities.
40% of babies that are being born right now are being born to single mothers. 40%. I saw this in a video and I was like, there's no way. It can't be that high. It can't be that bad. Society can't be that bad right now. And I Googled it. And there you have it. 40% outside of wedlock. I am so scared for the future. If we think our society is weak now, imagine all these kids that are being raised right now by single moms and what that's going to create for the future. Most of the people that are in jail were raised by a single mom. Why is having a baby taken so lightly these days? This is the biggest decision that you will ever make in your life. Having a baby and who you will have the baby with. Stop having kids out of wedlock. If you don't think the person is good enough to marry, then why would that person be good enough to have a baby with?
My date just canceled on me tonight because he found my TikTok. And that's really, really unfortunate because this is like the first time where social media has been like a detriment. Not a detriment, but has like negatively harmed me.
Kudos to that man for having boundaries. But unfortunately, he still got a video made about him, which is honestly the entire missed point here. The problem is not that you're on social media. The problem is your content, because if you look at 3 or 4 videos back, every other video you're talking about some date. So yeah, if the man that's looking to take you out on a date finds your social media and your content is all about bashing guys that have taken you on dates, that is a man that is way smarter than signing up for that. Like, I don't know what to tell you, ladies. You think that men agree with you when you think that most men are terrible. Like, most men, especially good men, by the way, they know that most men are good men. I would actually question the men that say that there aren't good men out there, that they're mostly bad men. I would question those guys because I think they might just be projecting. But hey, that's my 2 cents, and let this be a lesson that it's not just about social media, it's how you present yourself as a whole in public, social media or not.
There's been many of these women complaining how they can't date because their dates keeps finding their TikTok. And what do they do on there is talk about all of the dates that they've been on, and in most cases bashes the guys. And then they sit there confused about why men don't want a second date. Like, you're literally turning men into content. You're publicly humiliating people you just met, exaggerating stories for views, and dragging guys online for doing normal things. What man in his right mind is going to sign up for that? Many of these women will remain single for a long time because of it. They just can't stop themselves from seeking validation from strangers. And that's the sad part. They don't even realize they're sabotaging their own dating lives. The attention they get online becomes more important than the attention from the man sitting right in front of them. Every moment has to be turned into a clip, a confession, a rant, or a story time. It's like they're dating for content, not connection.
I made plans to go on a date with this guy on Tuesday, and in the meantime, we were just exchanging texts, like getting to know each other. As a mother, I asked him a really important question.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass.
Let me just spell out like the issue with those texts from yesterday. It's not a problem to have preferences and for it to not be ideal to date a mom, right? But then, like, why match with me? Why talk to me if it's not ideal? It's such a rude way to say it. Do I have preferences with dating? Yes, I think it's totally okay to have preferences. But at the same time, empathy and compassion and the way that you communicate with someone and not, like, being condescending to them matters. And also, I feel like he was jumping to so many conclusions, which to me was just, he was like bleeding insecurity and ego, because it's like those weren't even issues. The fact that they were getting brought up when I was just genuinely, I should have said, how do you feel about me being a mom, not a single mom? That was like my bad, because we were both single, so I even put that in there, like, how do you feel about me being a mom? But other than that, like, I had one girl who was like, you baited him. I'm like, no, I didn't. I was asking discovery questions, you know? Like, if someone's gonna say that they don't like something that is a core identity of who you are and a huge part of your life, I think it's super important to, like, get, you know, to the crux of it. And I wanted to know, because in my experience dating with men, there are a lot of men that have a lot of really gross feelings towards single moms, which I think is so strange, especially because, like, we birth the entire population. Like, women are magic. I feel like more men need to look at mothers as, like, in being in awe of them, especially a single mom, because, like, we're doing the Lord's work. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, I have been in extremely controlling and jealous relationships in the past, and I will not do it again. The moment that I see like a very controlling or jealous guy, I'm out. My last relationship was crazy. He was trying to control if I could go to the gym, if I could go to a sauna. I wasn't allowed to hang out with my gay best friend because he's a guy. Like stuff like that is so weird to me. And it's just, I'll never do it again because you lose so much of yourself. And I want a guy who doesn't see me as an inconvenience or the fact that I'm a mom as an inconvenience, because it's not. I mean, I support myself. Look what I've built for myself. My son is an incredible human being. He's going to be an adult in 4 years, you guys. It's just, I can't even, I don't know. The people who disagreed with that text being bad, it's concerning.
This woman is lost. That man didn't waste her time at all. He said, it's not ideal for him to date a single mother. His reasons are valid, and one of them is the baby daddy involvement, because that's a real concern that a lot of women pretend doesn't exist. When you date a single mother, you're not just dating her. You're stepping into a situation that already has another man attached to it forever. That means potential drama, boundaries being crossed, co-parenting tension, custody issues, random pop-ups, and emotional history that never fully goes away. Most men don't want to deal with that, and that's understandable. And he didn't string her along. He didn't lie. He didn't play games. He actually did the mature thing by being upfront about what he wants before things got serious. That's respect. But somehow she twists it into, he wasted her time, instead of acknowledging that her situation simply isn't what he wants for his future.